Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the longest time, CSGO was the main pride and joy in the Counter-Strike franchise. It's what the devs over there at Valve worked on, when they did. Cough cough, no case for over 200 days. People watched, opened cases, bought and sold skins, and played on a daily basis. And things were always the same. Some may say it's what made Counter-Strike so good. And ever since CS2's announcement, and soon to release, at least that's what we hope, everything we knew in CSGO is changing in CS2 for the better. Now, from what we know and have seen, there isn't going to be any huge innovations like wall running or jumping, but the overall vibe of the game seems a little different. Today's commentary, I want to break down and discuss the things we know and can see have changed inside CS2. This will help everyone get ahead when it comes to playing, whenever that may be, through an open beta or just full release. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinSwap. SkinSwap is a trading / buying, but most importantly selling marketplace for your CSGO and Rust items. They have a trading feature with great rates, a variety of different skins. You can also sell your skins for straight cash with multiple different cash out options of your choice. And when trading, any extra cash left over goes directly to your current balance. SkinSwap is one of the best in its field and gives you an edge over other competition. If you deposit with the link in the description, you get a free case to open with a shot at winning 150 bucks. If interested, he'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, the first thing I want to discuss in Counter-Strike's changing landscape is skins. I'm going to go off a limb and say the majority of these changes that we've seen as of the past recent months inside CS2 for items that do look different than Global Offensive are bugs and are probably not going to stay in the long run of things. We've already seen this with the Opsun and Leo, the Cobalt Disruption, but things that haven't changed like the Scout Acid Fade, glove patterns are being added or just changed completely. When we saw people actually play test the game, standard Doppler finishes looked like a Ruby or Sapphire. Skins that are coming out in the future, in my opinion, from what it looks like right now, seem to just be unmatched. The level of detail and effects on the older skins is just not possible. CSGO's engine is very limited, and this brand new one could result in some new amazing skins with some crazy effects that we've never seen before. We can also touch on Zeus skins, as that whole section just got added to the workshop, and the possibility for future skins for C4 and the nades. Zeus skins are confirmed, but the rest, it seems to be you can inspect almost anything in the game aside from your armor kit and maybe the riot shield. Valve loves money, and to put in as little effort as possible to get the best bang for buck. We may not see Zeus, nade, or C4 skins anytime soon, but can almost guarantee down the line there'll be something big, like a case or a dedicated package of some sort. Now, second in Counter-Strike's changing landscape is gameplay. Now, this is not from first-hand experience, more so of watching from afar like the majority of players and probably people watching today's video. Mechanics are the same, but also different. You can see your feet now. Movement is familiar, but not the same. When CS2 was first in production, pro players, streamers were getting flown out to play when we didn't really know what was going on. All we heard was rumors and from data mines and leaks. It was pretty weird. When going into a corner and peeking it, your whole body was leaning. And that's kind of a new feature and mechanic that not many people know. Something you had to see very early on. Now, when we actually got to see gameplay and play it ourselves, that was toned down a whole lot from when the pros and streamers actually got to play. Now, by the time this fully releases, I am 99% sure it's going to feel identical to CSGO. Some say right now it's very sticky, and everything is subject to change because the game's not fully released. Now, next up is new features, and this is where the juicy part begins. Apparently, with the most recent update of Anubis and Ancient, there is now an elo tracker in Premier mode, and it's hard to tell with what Valve wants to do. Is it just going to be another failed edition like CSGO stats, or a feature that actually works? Right now in Global Offensive, Faceit versus MM is a huge difference. Matchmaking sucks, where Faceit kind of works with an anti-cheat, but it's still a third-party software. I always found it very interesting for every other competitive esport title, like League, Dota, Valorant, that has a built-in feature for even the pros, yet CSGO and Counter-Strike does not. We have to use a third-party service like Faceit. We have to download a third-party software, which I'm not completely against. It just should be built into the game and Valve should do it themselves. So I'm pretty hopeful for a new matchmaking system, but one of the biggest difficulties when playing, especially at the higher ranks, which leads into our last topic, is an anti-cheat. There is a whole lot of cheaters in CSGO. Right now in Counter-Strike 2, it's hard to say if their new anti-cheat works. Cheaters are not able to access the game at a large, nor has Valve had the time to fine-tune it. If this actually goes through and works completely, CS could really take over the map. Going back to matchmaking and cheating is one thing that pushes away new Counter-Strike players is having to download a third-party software in order to play instead of just queuing for MM like every other game. I think that cuts a lot of players, a lot of new people out of the scene. So if we had a working matchmaking system where there was limited to no cheaters, a good ranking structure, elo tracker, leaderboards for the world, which apparently we do have now, this could be absolutely huge. Now, next up is maps. It's a little different and also weird of a category. Since I don't have first-hand experience, I can only see what others have played and can't test it out for myself. But the first thing I want to discuss is water. Water seems to be a whole lot different, and I think this could change up the game quite a bit on maps that do have it. Ancient, Anubis, and possibly ones that add it down the line. As it goes for those very close moments, the time is ticking down, someone's right behind you and they're walking and you can't hear it. Well, now you can see their footsteps in the water. You can also see weapons dropped dropped in the water, but it's a little more difficult to. Instead of throwing an op out of the map, you could just throw it in the corner of some sort of pool, especially on Ancient where it's very hard to see with the dirt at the bottom versus Anubis where it's kind of like a pool. You can also semi-swim. So this would be kind of cool in some sort of map. Obviously not the main part, maybe on the outside. They can implement more water and new maps to make things a little more refreshing and innovative. And as it goes for the remasters, from what we've seen so far with Dust 2, Ancient, Anubis, Vertigo, Mirage, things don't seem all that different. They're the same old maps. The next one we're probably getting is Inferno, and this is yet again a brand new overhaul. Out of the maps we've seen and played, Overpass seems to be a little bit different, a little more vibrant. There's a whole wood section now on Long going into the A-bomb site, which is pretty cool. And aside from that, in the water, not much has changed. Tell me what you guys think down below. Are you excited for Counter-Strike 2? Or are you a little bummed out things are not that different? Or are you happy they're the same? Most people that I've talked to, if that's friends, other content creators, and people that have played CS2 are overall pretty happy. I personally think this is one of the best ways to reboot a franchise. You take what's old and gold, what made the game great, with all the different features, you implement it with a brand new game, and I think what's going to happen over time is they'll slowly add new things and change up certain maps. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.